What's up, guys? I'm making this video today as somebody who's been in this market for a little over a year now, and I want to go over a few of the things that I've learned over that year and how these experiences are changing the way that I'm deciding to trade going forward. Because as I'll explain throughout this video, I've never had a problem buying. Buying always seems like just the easiest thing. Oh, it dips, buy, it dips, buy. Well, things just keep dipping, and I guess I just keep buying. But what I don't end up doing is hitting the sell button. And for whatever reason, and I know it probably has a little bit to do with my short time in the market, but the sell button seems to be very hard to actually hit. And I realized looking back over this past year that I had a lot of opportunities to make a lot of money. And I just never capitalized on it because I always thought, well, it's going higher. Well, it's going higher. And I think I've been a little bit misled, and not by anybody else. I'm not blaming anybody else, but misled by my own understanding of the market and how things should have gone or X, Y, and Z. And I think I'm starting to understand, the errors in the way I was thinking and how I want to move going forward. And the way I want to start with that is where I started in crypto. Now, I bought a little bit back in 2021, but it was only like $150, and I bought Cardano, and I bought it at like $1.50 and sold it when it, after it went up and back down right at $1.50 and basically cut even. And then I just didn't look at crypto again until about October 28th of 2024. I had this suspicion, and it wasn't brought on by watching any video or anything, mostly due to how Trump was talking on the campaign and advocating for Bitcoin, that if he actually got elected, that crypto would pump. So what I did is I had some extra money. I think it was like $5,000 at the time, and I actually and I bought ADA down, right around, 34, 35 cents. And, obviously I was really new at this point, but I saw an altcoin season. I mean, this was an altcoin season, regardless of what you think of it or how long it lasted or anything like that. Um, but I saw it, and I had this idea that it would just keep going up, and we were going to break $3 and all-time highs, and we just weren't going to stop. So what did I do? I bought at $1 when it was up here. I don't remember the exact date, but I bought again at $1 because I was thinking to myself, oh, well, if it's going to go to $3, a 3x multiple is massive. How do I not buy at $1? And now looking back, I obviously understand the flaw of that thinking, but I did it, and it went down, but then it went back up. So I think, oh, I'm making the good decision. So I buy a little bit more, and then it goes down, and then it drops down heavy, and then it drops down again. And I'm thinking to myself, well, it's the dip. I got to buy the dip. So I buy more at around like 69 cents, and it goes up, and I never sell. It goes down, it goes back up, I never sell, and it comes all the way back down, and I just never sell. I didn't buy more. At that point, I was like, okay, well, I bought in a lot. We're in a dip. I'm watching a bunch of YouTube channels. Everybody's saying, oh, this is healthy and needed to happen. And then even when Trump posted about Cardano being in the strategic reserve, I was looking at Coinbase when this happened, and I saw it fly all the way up, and my portfolio like doubled in a matter of like 3 hours. I didn't sell a single thing, nothing at all, and then it just rocketed right back down. And I went through this process over and over again throughout this year, and I even started buying AI coins and investing in those, and DCAing down. And now, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm even down in those AI coins, but it's always because I never actually hit the sell button. And my whole reason for saying this is because this market, in my opinion, has changed to be a little bit more attractive to a swing trader. So I'm starting to get the understanding now that instead of holding on forever, I might be better suited taking some trades, and then even if it only goes up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50%, just selling a little bit. I don't have to sell everything, but I can sell a little bit. So what I decided to do was take a small amount of money, and I'm only talking about like $100, and I put it into Ethereum. And what my plan is when Ethereum goes back up to 45 or 4200 bucks, I don't care what the macro looks like, if it looks like we're going into an all-out bull run or anything like that, I'm just going to sell. And the reason I'm doing that is because I have to get myself used to selling and get myself under the in the understanding that that's okay to do, because the longer you go, what I'm figuring out is the longer you go without selling, the more pressure it puts on that button. And say your coin 2 3x's, well, if you haven't ever sold, you're going to look at that and be like, well, what if it goes up another 2x? And I'd be cutting myself short. And it puts so much pressure on that sell button that you never end up doing it. Or I should say, I don't. So, what I'm going to start doing going forward with swing trading is just making small buys and setting a set price that no matter what, I'm going to sell it at. This isn't, I'm not going to, like I said, I'm only using a couple $100 here. I'm not going to lose a lot of money. I'm not going to make a lot of money. I'm just going to get my head into the point where selling is okay. And if I do that, then when it comes time, when this market does eventually go back up, because I do believe that will happen, and I believe the outlook going forward into the last couple months or even early into 2026 does look good, then I'll have that experience and that sell button will not be as heavy for me. Now, there might be some people that relate to that, and there might be some people who went through this or learned things from it. And if you guys did, I would greatly appreciate comments down below, because any learning experience I can get is good. And if there's one thing this past month in the market has taught me, is that some gains are better than no gains. And I want to get myself into the process of learning how to do this and having a plan for if the price goes down, if the price goes up, where I'm entering, where I'm exiting. Am I DCAing? Am I holding? Am I just letting the market sit for a little bit? Where does the market look like it's going forward? What are the macro events that are happening over the next couple months that could project this market upward or downward? What do I think's going to happen, and how do I reflect that on my portfolio? Do I buy? Do I sell? What am I waiting for? What price points am I looking for? And I think what it all boils down to is I never had a set true plan. And that's what I've been learning a lot over this last month, is that having a plan and knowing what you're doing takes your emotion out of the market, and being able to even just sell a couple times and just practicing with this is going to make it so at least you guarantee profits. Because if I had taken profits here, I mean, I would have 4x'd my money. Now, do I perfectly time the bottom when I buy back in? No, but I DCA, 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 and then it pumps back up, and then I sell again. And I could have multiple times like increased my money if I had just done things this way from the beginning. But we all learn usually through the same process, so it's understandable, and I don't take any hard feelings about it, because learning a lesson can be more valuable at the end of the day. And all my money's in the spot market, so I haven't really lost anything. And another thing I wanted to look at here while I got you guys here is it's not even just Cardano. If you look at Bitcoin right now, I mean, we've been floating around 103,000. I mean, that's like $3,000 or $4,000 less than we were back in December 16th of 24. I mean, that's like 11 months ago, and we're actually $4,000 below. But in that same time, we've went down, we've went up, we've went down, we've went up, we've went down, we've went up, we're back down. And this just further like amplifies kind of the way I'm thinking, that I think it's good to have a portion of your portfolio that you just never plan to sell. Well, I shouldn't say never plan to sell, but plan to hold until a certain point. But I think that having X amount or percentage of your portfolio where you swing trade with, to guarantee that no matter what along the way you make money, is something that I'm really interested in. It's something that I'm going to do going forward, and I'm going to start small so I can't have any big losses or big mistakes, and I'll just learn along the way. And I want to share that story with you guys as I go on because I think ultimately it'll make me a better trader. So, like I said, with my first trade, doing a swing trade, I decided to go with Ethereum, obviously second largest coin in cryptocurrency. I have conviction that it's going to go back up at some point. So once it gets to that $4,200 point, I'm going to sell. I don't care what happens. I don't care if it looks like it's going up to 6,000. I'm setting a point. I'm keeping a plan. And I'm just going to sell, and I'm going to get used to hitting that button. And I think it's going to make me a better trader going forward, and it's not going to leave me on the bench every single time that prices go up and I just miss out and I never see any gains. Because the one thing that this market has shown is that it's unpredictable. It's not going to do what you think it's going to do, and you don't want to be left at the end of this ride with all your money still in your coins and nothing to show for it. That's how I think about the market. If you guys have any comments, opinions, anything like that, please share it down below because I'd be super interested to go through you guys' experience and see if I can reflect it on anything I'm doing. But that's all I wanted to run through with you guys. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.